Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm your host, Ronnie Marks, with today's top stories. The Belgian town of Ulst has drawn a lot of criticism over the last couple of years for its carnival that has featured anti-Semitic floats during the carnival procession. Last year, the town drew a worldwide condemnation when its float featured several religious-looking Jews with terribly stereotypical big noses, with money bags, with rats all over them. And despite the criticism, the mayor said that it was not anti-Semitic, it was free speech. Now, the parade was previously recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage event, and last year UNESCO dropped its sponsorship or dropped its recognition, citing racism and anti-Semitism. Now, this week, three very, very prominent Belgian professors have warned the carnival not to feature any racist, any stereotypically anti-Semitic caricatures during their float procession. And this is quite extraordinary because Belgium seems to be featuring more prominently as one of the countries that we're concerned about for overtly anti-Semitic and anti-Zionist behavior. So as the town gears up for their annual parade, we will be monitoring closely to see whether or not they have listened to both UNESCO and these three prominent Belgian professors who spoke out just this week against this kind of stereotyping. In other news, we've been following the coronavirus very, very closely to see what's happening on the Diamond Princess, the cruise liner that is quarantined off the coast of Japan. And today, hundreds of passengers began disembarking, including 2 Israelis who tested negative for the coronavirus. Now, there have been a lot of conflicting news reports right here in Israel, but yesterday Israel's health ministry has warned that unless the news updates come from them, please not to believe fake news, in their words. Also addressing the media regarding corona yesterday was Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who said that Israel is taking every precaution. So far, we have no recorded cases of the deadly virus in Israel, and that perhaps Israel is more equipped than other countries to handle this. Yesterday, it was also announced that Israel will be banning visitors coming in from East Asia, countries that are prominently affected by the coronavirus. And also, Cathay Pacific, the Hong Kong-based airline, said that they unfortunately would have to suspend flights to Israel if their staff or passengers could not enter the country. We are also expecting an imminent announcement from El Al, and this could be with regards to how their staff and their flights might be affected with coronavirus. But for the 3 Israelis who are on board the Diamond Princess who have contracted the virus, they will be held in quarantine at a military hospital in Japan until Thursday or until further notice. Well, we are just days away from our 3rd election in the State of the Union. It's just because it's been a very, very quiet election run. I think everybody is still suffering from fatigue from the previous 2 elections. Well, yesterday it was announced that Benjamin Netanyahu, our Prime Minister, who is facing several charges like fraud, bribery and corruption, his trial will commence on March the 17th. And today, Israel's Attorney General Avichai Mandelblit announced that he will advise the court that even though the Prime Minister will be facing a trial, if he is successful in these elections and he has won and he's tipped to form a government, he will give the Prime Minister permission to do so. Also making headlines today is the challenge issued by Prime Minister Netanyahu to his closest rival, Benjamin Gantz, or Benny Gantz. It's all about the Benjamins this election, guys. What can I tell you? He has challenged him to a debate which Gantz has dismissed as electioneering or desperation on behalf of the Prime Minister. So it looks like the war of words of political parties is heating up, but should the 2 leaders face off in a debate, it will be the first time that major opponents have gone head-to-head since 1996. So those are the top stories making headlines in Israel. We'll keep you updated with regards to the Ulst parade if they do listen to the advice of UNESCO and basically the whole world. But in the meantime, you can check out our original content online at www.layoftheland.online. And I know it's happened to all of us who have studied another language or have to learn another language for whatever reason. We get a little bit confused with the alphabet, the letters, the words, the grammar. And if you're me, you get confused with the whole lot. But Gidon Ben Svi has written a very, very moving anecdote of learning the Hebrew language. Give his article a read there. And don't forget to check us out on social media. We're on Facebook at Lotl Site. Like us or follow us. And also, very importantly, we have a YouTube channel and we're hoping to increase our subscriber base. So if you're on YouTube or if you want to view the Israel Brief on YouTube, please visit us and subscribe and you'll be notified every time we post an update. So with today's edition of the Israel Brief, I'm Rolene Marks and we'll chat again tomorrow.